everyone, and welcome to yet another rainy day in our Building with Whip series. Today is episode 116, and this is the second time I'm recording this because Windows Update. The term everybody loves. Everybody loves it. Windows Update does great things. It does a great time. Everybody loves it. It's so much fun. But yeah, so I basically got all the way through an episode of recording this. Sorry if the rain is making it super janky looking and all grainy and pixelated, but yeah, we're going to just play through the rain right now because I thought it was very fitting. It's very rainy outside, and then I log in to start re-recording this episode, and it starts raining. So, what we did in the last one is we started working on the shaping of this next area for the mountains. And I want to show you guys what this is going to be. Basically, we're going to have like a peak here, a peak there, and then it's going to come down into this kind of bowl area right here. That's, if you guys are skiers at all, they call like areas like this a giant bowl or something like this. Basically, I'm pulling this from an area where I used to go skiing a bunch. For anybody from the Pacific Northwest, Snoqualmie ski area, or Alpental, sorry, not Snoqualmie, Snoqualmie Pass, and Alpental was the ski resort. But there's this big ski area up at the top called Edelweiss Bowl. And it kind of looks similar to this, where you basically get off of the chairlift at the very top, and then it's all these mountain peaks and this big rounded out snowy area that kind of comes into a skinny area and goes straight down and is very, very steep and kind of runs through the whole area. And it's a super awesome ski run. And I remember doing that a bunch growing up with my dad, kind of for the first time before I stopped skiing, actually. But I always have these great memories of it. So that is what we were gonna be working on today, kind of planning this out, talking through all of it. And it looks pretty freaking great. So this whole area right in here, probably like a rounded out area, is gonna be dirt and kind of funneling down into this little spot where it's gonna probably drop off. I wanna rebuild this whole area. Basically, we also built this whole thing, and then it was about 10 blocks too tall. So we brought it down. And then it looks a lot better. Before, it was just way too tall and very, very weird looking and just did not work. It was way too steep compared to what that guy is over there. Like, that's pretty steep. And this made that look flat. So we went ahead and brought it down. This rain is really, really annoying. Can I turn this off? Let me look. Much better. We're going to turn that rain off for now so we can actually see things. So that's what the mountain range looks like. And we ended it off right here because what we're going to be working on today is something totally different. Because I don't want to keep working on that, seeing as we lost basically 20 minutes of footage. No, I think it was closer to 15. We were basically talking and working through that about some fun stuff, and that got ruined, so we're not doing it anymore. Anyways, before I start blabbing on too much here, basically what this little line of dirt is right there, where that is, and then also those grass blocks that you can see kind of running down that area, we're going to be throwing a little bit of a creek bed in through this area. A lot of people have been asking me about that. A lot of people have been asking me how we can go ahead and add something like that in here and kind of create some waterways running off of here, because we have all this snow. So obviously it'd be kind of going down, turning into water and going into that area, or running down into the lake. So I wanted to go ahead and bring a little creek bed in through here. So this is kind of following the area where the train that we'd already built kind of goes into these flatter areas. We're basically going to drop this all down by one through this area, create a little like 1 wide, 2 wide little creek bed running all the way through here. It's going to go through the middle of this carrot field and straight down here into our lake. And I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited to actually start working with some water things again like that. Preparations for 1.13, it's gonna be pretty cool. But what we're gonna do to kick off this episode, now that we're already 4 minutes into it, is we are going to go ahead and time lapse out this little area. I wanna get a lot of the dirt placed in here and kind of get the general idea down for what it's gonna look like. So I will see you guys on the other side of this here time lapse. All right, guys, comment or question of the daytime here in the time lapse. This one is coming from Connor Shamanik. I think it's a little blurry on your guys' screen, but anyways, he says, I just want to say that I haven't been watching you for that long, and ever since I've started, my natural building has improved tenfold, and it's helped a lot in my creative world, where every biome you meet will be custom, so I'm very grateful. Keep up the great work. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is kind of based off of that. I've been playing with the idea of doing it for a while now, but doing kind of like a building school terraforming mini series type thing like that, for just kind of guides on how to build mountains, how to build different shapes of terrain, hills, all that type of stuff that you can pretty much ever think of. I've been really inspired by like the way Grian does his terraforming or building school episodes. I think he does a great job with those. I was thinking about doing something a little bit similar to that, more my own style than anything there, but kind of taking that into account and just making my own way of it. Anyways, this is a little short time lapse here. We'll finish this discussion up here in another quick sec. All right, guys, welcome back after that little time lapse here. We got some cool stuff done. I actually really like this area. I don't know quite what I want to be doing through there. Don't know quite what I want to be doing over there, but we got our river coming in, or our stream, I guess. We're going to have to bring it up into the mountains a little bit more and figure out how all that stuff's going. But you can see we brought in a cool little cliff face right here to try and mix this area up and just make it a little bit more interesting than what we had. I felt like if we just did kind of piled the dirt up on that side like we piled it up on this side, it'd be a little boring. So I went ahead and brought that guy in. I thought it was pretty cool there. I did stop the water right here, and we're going to work on bringing it all the way down kind of through this right here next, just so we can get this whole river kind of flowing in here. And we can kind of start working with that guy a little bit more. The river through here is going to be a little interesting, we'll call it, because... And I'm thinking about making it a little bit wider. So kind of 2-3 blocks wide through this whole area and making it just a little bit wider. I feel like 2 blocks is kind of weird, like a weird size to go with because it's an even number. And I think that's just playing with me because there's no clear center. But also we have that to deal with where this is only 1 block high. So we got to kind of think about that here a little bit. So I'm thinking we go ahead and kind of start doing a few things like that. Except I only want to make sure it's only 1 right there, because if we do 2, I think it's going to look a little bit weird. So what we can do here, kind of work these down like that, so you can see right there. Then we can go ahead and break you, and break you, and then bam, and let's go with bam like that. And we can go ahead and break that guy out right there. And you can kind of see the water starting to flow down here a little bit. We can make it a little wide, so I guess this would be a runoff stream, not really a like full-on nature something, or I don't full-on river. That's the word we're looking for there. But yeah, so we're going to kind of work on bringing this guy down here a little bit more, kind of going through this area right here, and we'll probably start bringing it out that way just a little bit more, and we can kind of work on bringing it in these open areas. We're going to get a lot of lighting glitches, so it's going to take a while. I don't think I want to do this really on cam with you guys, seeing as it will take a good chunk of time to actually get all this stuff set up in here just because of lighting glitches and lag and stuff. But we basically are going to be copying the shape that we took with that guy right there, and we're going to basically be bringing this all the way down. So let me go ahead and get the rest of this guy in real quick. But before we do that, I want to ask you guys something. So that massive Greek city time lapse that we released last week, you guys seem to love that, but I just want to hear from you guys. Do you want to be seeing more stuff like that? Do you like those episodes where we do that kind of massive time-lapse thing instead of the little time-lapse projects where it's like, hey, we added this house to this area today. Hey, we're going to be working on this type of thing. What works best with you guys? Do you want to see more stuff like that? Do you want to see less? Do you want to see back to the old time-lapse style? I had a lot of fun doing that one. It did take a long time to build it all. So like it could be something we do like once a month, maybe we'll have one of those, but I can't really commit to more than that. I guess I cut out this whole thing. So we're going to work on bringing in the water. I wanted to ask you guys about that just because I was curious. We spent so much time building that up and kind of working with it that it was really fun to do. And I had so much fun building that. And it kind of brought back that old creative Minecraft atmosphere that I used to love so much, just kind of building my own thing and not really worrying about what was going on around it. I just kind of built up my own structure and didn't really care, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So if you guys like that, we could definitely start doing some more things like that. I'm just really curious to hear what you guys got to say about it. So with that, you guys will have to let me know on that one so I can kind of plan for the future a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and bring that guy down like that. Do we want to make this all flowing water? I think flowing water is probably a good way to go here. So we can go ahead and do something like that and have a few little spots of standing water, but we'll try and keep it as flowing as possible. And we can go bam and bam and get our water buckets back. And that's not going to fall off the edge. Does it look weird if we do something like that? A little weird. Okay, let me go ahead and fill this guy in. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about what I was talking about there as far as the good old time-lapsey stuff goes, and I'll be back with you guys. Okay, guys, so we got this river in. It's that corner right there's a little harsh, but I think we can make it look a lot more natural after we get some buildings and things in here because we kind of want to make it look a little man-made like they redirected it going down there. You know what we could do, though, is we could almost just go ahead and fill this with like a rock right here or something so we could kind of make it look more natural that it is so sharp going down this area. I think that could be a cool way to do it. Man, I cannot really talk today, but we got something that we gotta take care of. So I know I try and avoid keeping a lot of like the survival things in this because you guys seem to get a little bored if we do too many like resource gathering time lapses, but we got a little bit of an issue we gotta take care of. We only have 2 shulker boxes left of dirt. And I finally have a few hours like window right here where I can go ahead and get some resource gathering done. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that, kick it off into time-lapse mode again, because I really have no idea what we're gonna do as far as this area so far. So if you guys have ideas for this, let me know. I'm gonna try and go ahead and do a little bit of like a thinking session right here while I go and do some resource gathering, get a bunch of dirt gathered up here and try and come up with some ideas for things we can do up here. So see you guys on the other side of yet another time-lapse. Alright guys, back to what we were previously talking about in the last time-lapse, focusing mostly on like starting up like a terraforming learning how-to guide series or something, kind of doing like a building school type setting like what Gran has set up over on his channel, because I know a lot of people really like that and I've been thinking about doing it for a long time. You guys seem really interested and a lot of people keep leaving comments about like how to do this, how to do that. Like if so, my main question for you guys here is just going to be, if you have ideas on what you want to learn how to do that you think I could possibly help with for like how to terraform and things like that, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do a little bit of research and try to come up with those. So you guys will have to let me know what you guys want to see there. I'm gonna try and build up an episode like this here in the near future, see if we like it, go from there, and we'll kind of play off of that. So you guys will have to let me know if you're excited for that going forward in the future here, but let's hop back into the world. All right, guys, welcome back after that big old time lapse, gathering up all the dirt, going to the end farm, getting everything repaired up, and we're good to go. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool throwing the little ender farm in there a little bit like that, you know, doing a little bit more of the survival side of things instead of just all of our crazy building projects. So I've realized that I'm really in that spot that every other Minecraft YouTuber is in right now. Where the heck is 1.13? That update, it just needs to come out. I don't care about the bugs. As long as my world works in it, just release the dang update. I want to work with the new stuff, and I'm kind of getting a little burnt out on what we have here, and I'm really looking forward to working on a new project for a little bit. That being said, though, I went ahead and did a little bit more planning out in here. I think my plan is for either the remainder of this episode, I'm going to go ahead and just get a little bit work done working on this guy right here. And then I think after that, we can actually go ahead and work on our gate over here. Now that we have the river in place and things like that, we can actually go ahead and kind of work on building this thing up and kind of having it stretch along here. I think that would be kind of cool to go ahead and get that stuff in. Then we can actually do the pig farm right there and finish up this carrot field. And I think that'd be a good place to kind of stop and get ready for the 1.13 projects. And then as long as we have that thing done, we can kind of come back in here and work on those things. My goal actually is, I'm thinking about it right now, I kind of want to start doing a weekend stream, and I think if we kind of work on just building trees up through that area, because if I go through here and just build trees constantly like through this whole area, because this whole thing's supposed to eventually be a forest like that right there, more or less across the entire landscape, I'm gonna go insane if I do that all by myself. So I'd love to actually start getting some streams in here to kind of get having a stream project to work on. And my dog is digging in the trash right now. All right, sorry about that. Coda decided that he wanted to dig in the trash and try and get some of the corn. Recently just shucked some corn because we're getting ready to go up to the roof and go barbecuing for a little bit. Grill up some hamburgers, put some corn on the barbecue, do a little salad on the side. Ooh, it's going to be pretty great. I'm so excited. Today is now officially summer. I think I'm pretty happy about that one. So I'm really excited to get more of the warm weather up here in Seattle. It's been, for the past week, it's been like nice, like mid upper 70s. Fahrenheit. Don't worry, you European people, it's not almost boiling up here. But yeah, it's been really fun just kind of getting that heat up here and kind of having all that stuff, being able to barbecue every night. And I love barbecuing. So we've been doing that a lot. But yeah, Coda decided that he wanted to dig through their trash and get some of the corn husks because, you know, he's a dog and loves chewing on leaves. I don't know. But yeah, Let me go ahead and get a little bit more work done on this guy. I think I'm just gonna try and work on maybe filling in from there over to here for this lower part, just kind of filling in all the stone and all the slabs and all that stuff, and he's jumping around in the background. So yeah, let me get on with that and then we'll finish this episode off. All right, guys, welcome back. We're just over here mining up a little bit more snow here. I realized the whole last time I was doing this, Coda is now eating the remote to the TV, but that's fine. But anyways, the last time I was doing this, I was not using a fortune shovel, which means we were not getting all of the good old snowballs that we could possibly be getting here. We have since fixed that and are now using a fortune shovel, and as you can see, we get a lot more snowballs a lot more quickly. And I also added a bunch of other hopper minecarts in there so that those guys are all kind of processing up those snowballs much more quickly, and we aren't losing any to despawns. So that's looking pretty good. We got all that stuff going on, and I did go ahead and bring out the good old mountain face a little bit farther. It's no texture variation or anything like that yet in it, but it's looking pretty good. I really, really like it. We can turn around right here, laying down on our lovely viewing tree, and you can see it right there. We got everything from there all the way into there, kind of missing that spot right there. But for the base area, pretty much all laid out, which means we can kind of start taking a little bit of a break from the mountain and start working on finishing up everything on this side. Because we got the mountain built up to the point where I want to basically build the wall. The wall is going to be going right across here. Ish, maybe a little bit higher. I'm actually might be right there, so it's a little bit on the steeper part for the dirt. I think that'd be a good idea, but we can go ahead and start doing that. Sorry if my voice is a little weird right now. I actually just got back from our company summer party, so that was super fun. But my voice is kind of dead because there was a lot of yelling, a lot of shouting, and a lot of fun being had. So give me a break with that right here. That is pretty much going to have to do it for today's episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Next episode, I don't know if I've said it already, but we're going to be working on the gatehouse right there. I got some cool ideas for that. I think it's going to be really fun. And we can take a little bit of a break from the mountain. As much as I love working on this project, it's starting to burn me out a little bit. And I think I want to go ahead and work on the gate, get the wall built up for all this, make our little water gateway right there, get the wall built on this guy, start doing everything else on this side right here, and then we'll come back and start working on bringing everything up into this area. We might try and finish out these peaks right here before we move on to another new project once 1.13 gets here, but I don't know. We'll kind of see how this is all going here. We got a lot of things to do in this world. I got a lot of ideas, and I really want to wait on building up most of the city here. We're going to and there's a siren going by. One moment. Okay, siren's gone. We're good to go. We can continue our outro now. Anyways, I want to go ahead and start working on this guy, but I actually want to be using a lot of those stripped logs and the bark blocks and things like that and making the wall. I kind of have some ideas on how we can start playing those blocks into the area, but I also want to, once 1.13 is here, to start working on our port city, some underwater stuff and things like that, and just mix it up and get out of this biome. I love this place to death, but man, it's been a massive project, and I think we need to start moving on to something else for a little while. We'll be working in here until 1.13 gets here. And I'm honestly contemplating working on finishing out these areas over here. So getting this river in place, getting the waterfall in there so we can actually start figuring out how that's going to go out. Because our big old city is going to be right out there. And because we want to basically work on connecting up the entire world and basically having one main area where everything is our own custom creations. That's kind of my goal by the end of next year, is to have everything very closely connected and interconnected in its own cool little way. So I think that's a cool goal to have. But yeah, so we got to start figuring out how this biome's going to end off over there. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. That's just kind of my long future plans over the next 9 to 12 months. We'll see what actually happens versus what's realistic. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you're still enjoying the series. It really means a lot to me, guys, because there's a lot of you guys showing support, and it really encourages me to keep making these videos even when work and things like that are stressful. I come home and I love getting these videos out to you guys, so thank you guys all so much for that. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and want to join the family we got going on here. And I haven't said it for a long time, we got a Discord channel. If you guys haven't joined the Discord channel and want to, there's a link down in the description, so go ahead and do that as well, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.